Hello, my name is Elena Volkova, and first I will show you the improvements in references to model elements that you can use in your transformation configurations. So this is a sample model and a transformation configuration that we use to build this model, and we're referencing elements here in the sources, and also for the executable transformation configurations, we are referencing a top capsule from this property, top capsule. So if we look into the code, we see that this is a common way how we used to reference model elements before. So this is a platform resource URI to the model file and an XMI ID of the element inside that model file. It is difficult to understand what the element is, but if you hover over, you can see that fully qualified name is shown in the hint. So now we have added other options how you can reference model elements, and by default you will get this notation, but we now have added preferences here in transformation configuration editor preferences, and now it's possible to select if you want to reference model elements with the name, with fully qualified name, then you can check this option, and you see here we have an example where we show how it will look like in your TCJS file in text. So there will be a platform resource URI pointing to the model file, and then after question mark, which usually means a search, then we have a fully qualified name. So it is consistent because we will actually do a search in the model starting from the top package and try to resolve this element using the name. And also we have another option to use relative URIs. So it will change the way how the path to the model file will look like in your TCJS file. So by default, it's a platform resource URI starting from the name of the project and then the path inside the project. But if we use relative URIs, then it will be a relative path to the model file, and it will start from the location of your transformation configuration TCJS file. So I will now choose both of these options, and I will show you how it will look like if you select to use references like this. So now I will add some new element here to the sources, and now we can go to the code tab, and you see that automatically the reference will be inserted like this using a relative path to the model file and fully qualified name. So if you see it here, how you see the elements, it doesn't change the look of the elements here because they are resolved, and here you get the element name resolved with some icon near the element. So this is supported for TC sources property and also for the top capsule property. So now if I go here and I will clear the top capsule and I will set it again. So select this capsule 1. Then I go to the code tab and I see that the capsule is also, the reference looks now different, and it is using a fully qualified name. This is backwards compatible. So if you already have references in your TCJS file which use the previous way of referencing model elements, then they will be preserved. So only if you create a new TCJS or add new elements, then they will be added using this new notation as selected in the global preferences. For the textual file, we support, so if you hover over, then you will get the same hint, but now it's maybe not so necessary because it's the same, and you see it on the screen already, what is the element, which actually one of the benefits here is that now the readability improves, so you immediately see what elements you reference from the sources. You also can type this. It's much easier to type this if you prefer to edit your transformation configuration in text. Now this new way of adding of referencing elements, it will be supported also if you add elements using other options. So I showed you drag and drop. And when you drag and drop, it will be supported. Also, it is possible here to call organize sources, and this button will analyze the references starting from the top capsule and suggest you the elements which should be added to your TCGS, which are referenced from the top capsule. So if we use this, then also the preferences will be considered, global preferences. Of course, this, if you do add, this also will support this new way of model element references. If you, the navigation from the text file to Project Explorer is supported. So now I press Ctrl, and you see that these references, they are highlighted as links. And if I click to any of them, then the same element is highlighted in the Project Explorer. So here we have it for capsule, for class. So this navigation is working as before. So this is a useful feature if you need to copy your parts of your model, and if you want to copy your TCGS files, for example, with a part of the model, then it can be useful to. Then you don't need to update anything here in the sources. It will work out of the box with minor changes. There is one drawback, of course, here is that currently rename refactoring is not supported. So if you use this kind of referencing model elements, currently this is a limitation. If you rename any of the elements which are referenced with a fully qualified name, then this fully qualified name will not be updated. This is currently a limitation. We always keep the name. We do not change the name that is used here. So now we can build the model, and you will see that the backend, of course, it also supports this way of referencing model elements. So now we have compiled what was specified here in transformation configuration. Also we have added, together with this improvement, we have done some improvements to the when you create new models. Now when you create a new model project, let us call it, for example, I will use Hello World project, and I will use a Hello World template. So the global preferences to model element references is also supported here. And if we see the TCGS that is created, then here in the new model, you will get the same notation with fully qualified name references. And also, we also have improved how this TCGS is initialized. So now by default, you will get TC target project, TC compilation make type, and TC target configuration automatically set when you create a new model. And this target RTist configuration, it will pick up one of the standard configurations. MinGV, it will pick for Windows platform, and for Linux platform, it will pick up GCC 7. And also the name of the target project will be computed. Before it was it remained an empty string and you had to go and manually type. So now there is a default value for you, and you can immediately build your sample model without any additional changes to your TCGS file. Of course, if in case you are using a standard target RTS and you have a GNU compiler in your environment, in your build environment. For the creation of CPP, UML capsule C++ development model, we also the same improvements apply here as well. Now we also are setting automatically the name of the target project. This is the name of the top project and +_target. Also the references are correct and they respect the global preferences. Compilation make type target configuration is automatically set. And also there is a small change to the default name that we use for the transformation configuration. And now it is called default TC. So before we were using a different name, default space transformation space configuration, which was very long and contained spaces and not very nice looking.